Welcome back to Living the Wiccan Life as we continue our interview with LaSara FireFox, Aurora, and Mama Bear. Aurora.
Yes.
Are you enjoying Pantheacon?
Yes.
How does it feel to have such a remarkable mother and grandmother?
Awesome.
What are you going to do next?
Eat food.
Eat food.
Read my book.
That's a good one. Read your book, probably. And Aurora will, Aurora will be going to the Middle East with me.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora and Sally will be going to the Middle East, and I think Aurora is excited about it. Salome might be a little bit more excited about it. I don't know. What do you think? Are you
She's probably
excited
more
about
excited.
going?
I am excited, but she's probably more excited.
We're hoping to go to Egypt,
Oh.
too, which you'll be very excited about.
Yes.
You want to say a little bit about your relationship with Egypt?
I have a bunch of books on ancient Egypt, and I study it a lot.
She studies it a lot.
That's splendid.
Until recently, she told us that she told her dad and I that she was going to be an Egyptologist when she grew up. From the time that she was about 4, she started saying that.
So
So we're
support that a lot
Absolutely.
with every birthday
Supporting that
and
idea.
Christmas and everything we see that's Egypt goes to Aurora.
Wonderful.
She came up with it was pretty funny that she was reading about a recent discovery in Egypt of a tomb. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the one with all the cats in it.
Yeah. And she came up with a theory. They didn't mention anything in the article, but do you want to say what your theory was?
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
No.
She said that she thought that the tomb was probably a shrine to Bast, and that the woman buried there was probably a priestess of Bast, and that there was and it was so funny because there was absolutely no mention of Bast or any priestess lineage in the article, but she'd done so much study that she saw that that was a likelihood.
That's
She was-
wonderful.
It was
And I'm
very-
sure you're correct.
So we're hoping we'll tag some time on for a little family trip after the tour of Palestine to go and visit some of those sites.
And also on globalfamilyawakening.com, I am going to be doing some stuff
The
there
youth
too.
ambassador.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
She'll be the youth ambassador. We're going to have a membership
Congratulations.
site.
Thank you.
Aurora and I brainstormed around a membership site for Global Family Awakening, which is going to have a bunch of different games that kids can play, geography games, cultural awareness games, different games that are going to help kids to get educated about the places that they might want to go, either with their family or when they get older. And we're going to have like a pen pals corner, and we're going to do some stuff like having a monthly celebration, like a folklore celebration that happens during that month from different cultures all around the
And
world.
also there's also going to be like a recipe page where recipes from all over the world can be contributed, and there's going to be like a word for each month, like peace or love or hello or something, and each day or each
Yeah,
week or
each day of
something, we're going to have that word in a different language.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds very exciting.
Yeah, so
It's really important to have resources for young people.
definitely. And there's so many fun things out there that you can find if you know where to look, but we'd like to bring them all together in a place where kids can come together and have conversations and really begin building one-on-one relationships with kids in different cultures where we live in a very rural community, and yes, we're in California, but we're still in a very rural community, and there's a certain level of racism and lack of cultural awareness in our community, and I know that's it's just something that happens when we haven't been in relationship with other cultures, and so much of the media bent being around the sensationalization of conflict and really amping that conflict up. So finding ways that we can find the peace and the joy in relationship and just start growing it like a little tiny seedling. And I think that as we start doing that with our kids and giving our children opportunities to really reach out and create, like I said before, that sense of global family awakening together, that we're gonna naturally grow towards a more positive sense of globalization.
That's very true, I'm sure.
I would just like to, this isn't specifically to do with this, but we had a little conversation before we started interviewing. You were talking about your audience, and I've been sitting here thinking, you know, we sit here, I'm a mother of 6 children. LaSara's one of those 6. I have 13 grandchildren, 4 of which are married in, but the rest are through my own children. And I'm sure we present a unusual picture, because it's not every day that there are 3 generations of family who are practicing in the way that we practice, in the many ways that we practice, the overarching one being the spiritual place that we project ourselves out from. And within different forms, that one of them might be witchcraft or Wicca or metaphysics or quantum, or, all those things. And, I think of, was I always this? And I can trace a pathway to my own grandmother, who took me out for palm reading and cards. She didn't talk about any of this kind of stuff. We just went and had our fortunes read. It was a secret between us, though. We weren't allowed to talk about it with the rest of the family. My Grammy picked me to take.
She knew.
There we are, and I think of that lineage, however mysterious it is.
I think it's extremely important that we hold on to these things.
I think it is too, and so I really want to reach out to people to not be afraid just because you're in an area that maybe you don't have a lot of support, or you don't know someone else who feels the same way, that there are ways that you can reach out now and have support for the things you're curious about. You don't have to sign on any dotted line, because that's what this pathway is not about, signing on dotted lines, is it?
It's very true.
Speaking of family, I also have a little sister named Salome, but she was too shy to come do this, so.
Yeah. It's true.
Just wanted to say that.
But she was very nice.
And one of the great things about the time that we're at now, with the ability to reach out, of course, is some of the services that you're providing with creating community on the internet.
Thank you.
Like this,
Indeed.
this sense of making community available from wherever we are. And we're just so fortunate to have the access to, the internet and the...
It really has made a whole different world.
Absolutely. Information technologies are amazing. And the wonderful thing, too, about the service that you're providing with these interviews, for example, is that people get to start sampling and seeing what fits for them, and where they might want to grow more, where they might want to reach out and invest a little bit more time and energy into pursuing their path. And
Yes,
so I think that it's great that you guys are making that
Thank you.
so available to people.
We appreciate that very much.
Definitely.
Well, here, because really each one of us, you and your work, and LaSara and her work, me and my work, all of us, many of us here at this event that we're now sharing, they're acts of service. And, I have to say that concept of serving didn't come from the pathway that I walk upon. It came from Protestantism when I was a child. We were steeped in that. My father was a Methodist, my mother a Presbyterian, and he was very humanitarian, and she was very entertaining and really lovely, in that way, reaching out all the time in this, kind of positive energy. But the service was a very big part of what we did as children, my sister and I. And that concept of service has stayed in me when other things about those other religions or dogmas or forms, I separated some from. The concept of service and being in touch with spirit is our dominant threads in my life.
That's wonderful. Because it really is the bottom line for everything.
Isn't
to be in
it?
touch with spirit and to share it.
Yes.
And to help other people. I think that what you're saying really addresses one of the great needs in our community, to be aware of the needs of other people, maybe a little more than some of us are.
Indeed.
And so many of our people have been solitaries and are solitaries, and so naturally they're focused on their own needs because it's what they see, and that's important in our path. But within our community, that aspect of helping others along the path is also very, very important.
It is.
And people like yourself who work with that, and yourself as well, are very important to our community, because without some people helping, others will not get that help. Thank you all very much for this interview, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Thank you.
Thanks.
I hope that you enjoyed this week's episode of Living the Wiccan Life, and that you'll join us again next time when we'll bring you our interview with Zsuzsanna Budapest of the Dianic tradition of Wicca. Until then, may you blessed be.